Example 3, insetting. ACCUs, more complicated. The Pepin family, they run a fine wool merino operation and want to sell their clip from this year, 50 bales, or 10,000 kilos, 10 tons of wool as carbon neutral. So what they do is they engage a consultant at a cost of about $12,500 to conduct a life cycle assessment. And that life cycle assessment assesses the production emissions on that wool, and that will give us our emissions intensity that we need to offset to achieve carbon neutrality, and they'll also handle our certification process as well. So the first step is emissions. So we've gone through that life cycle assessment, and we understand that our production emissions are 15 kilos of CO2 equivalent per kilo of wool produced on farm. Let's assume that in this year, 2024, they've gone through a crediting round, they've been issued 5,000 ACCUs. So we need to get into our insetting now. So we're in our insetting realm. To create this carbon neutral wool, they're going to need to offset those calculated production emissions. We've got 10,000 kilos of wool, and we've got a production emissions of 15 kilos of CO2 per kilo. Combine those together, and we've actually got 150,000 kilograms of emissions we need to offset, which is 150 tons, and conveniently, tons of CO2 equivalent is actually ACCUs. So they need to offset with 150 ACCUs. They go about their insetting transaction by retiring those 150 ACCUs, and that completes our neutrality. They retain 4,850 in their ANREO account for future use. They've still got all of those, and that has settled everything. To sum up sort of their cost benefit analysis or their return on investment here, the Pepin family have invested 12.5 grand and the value of 150 ACCUs there. The value is whatever they were able to achieve if they were to sell them. I haven't priced them, but they would need to then cover or achieve a premium price, or a price premium, sorry, of 125 cents a kilo, plus the equivalent cost of those ACCUs to break even on their investment there. So a little bit more complicated, but it shows you the benefit of insetting and sort of some of the third-party engagements that you need to go through if you want to produce a carbon neutral product on farm.